YouTube. It's a Christ Leviathan Prophecy. And what do I expect from the New York Giants this year? Um, there's a lot to inhale. There's a lot to bring in. Um, will Saquon Barkley play Week 1? Evan Ingram is likely not to play Week 1. Um, there's been a whole bunch of trades. The Giants giving up, 6th round, 7th round draft picks for offensive linemen. But it's a little bit too late for that. Once the damage is done, it's done. You can't undo what's already undone or done. And what I mean by that is the Giants should have fixed the offensive line after the 2012 season. But they declined not to. They just focused on other positions. They said, yeah, we'll fix it when the free agency comes. And when free agency came, yeah, they grabbed a few offensive linemen, but, none of them didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying? If you look at their 2015 offensive linemen, it was bad. It really was. I think Eli Manning was like the most sacked quarterback behind Phillip Rivers. I think Andrew Luck was number 1, Eli was number 2, and Phillip Rivers was number 3. You know what I'm saying? So when you decline not to fix the offensive line, it comes and bites you. You know what I'm saying? It comes and bites you in the butt, 10 times. You know? So now they are just now trying to fix the offensive line. And I'll tell y'all before, the people who agree with me that the offensive lineman is the most difficult position to understand and get, it really is, because any other position, they can ease through it with no problem. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have the protection, when you don't have the necessarily time to get the ball out of your hands, it hurts. Like the Giants were the most sacked team in the preseason with 11. That goes to show you, you know what I'm saying? But, it's not going to help or it's not going to hurt, you know what I'm saying? So if Saquon Barkley doesn't play Week 1, it diminishes Daniel Jones because when Saquon Barkley is in the lineup, he elevates. When Saquon Barkley is not in the lineup, he decreases. You know what I'm saying? So he has to depend on Saquon Barkley so heavily because, for one, Saquon Barkley isn't really a good pass protector. He really isn't, And that's why I think when they brought in Shane Vereen, when they had Rashad Jennings and then they added Shane Vereen was a very good blocker. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel Elliott was a very good blocker, and those two came from programs that they installed the blocking scheme very, very well. You know what I'm saying? Ohio State, and I forgot what college Shane Vereen went to. But they installed the blocking scheme very, very well. That's why not Ezekiel Elliott, that's why Daniel Jones don't have to rely on Saquon Barkley in the passing game when it comes to blocking. He could just chip and then go out in the backfield and he'll catch a pass. Like, he won't stand there and try to block. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not a very good blocker. So is Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is not a good blocking tight end. That's why they brought in Rudolph. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the play calling and the execution goes, it's up in the air still. Because I've never been sold on Jason Garrett. You know what I'm saying? He was a lousy player. And he was also a lousy coach. You know what I'm saying? His time with the Dallas Cowboys, and it showed when he took over for Wade Phillips. You know what I'm saying? But Wade Phillips went on to be a very great defensive coordinator for the Houston Texans. You know what I'm saying? So um, I said what I had to say. We'll see in 2 weeks' time when this all is for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not backing down or I'm not backing away from my prediction. I do have the Giants dropping going to because when you face great defenses like the Broncos and the Washington football team, there's no hiding that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and don't forget that the Washington football team didn't get humiliated last year with the Giants sweeping them twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be shocked if the Washington football team swept the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Because what goes around comes around. You know what I'm saying? So it's karma like that. But but I do have them bounce. Like I said, I do have them bouncing back, and I do have them winning against the Panthers and the Saints because those two teams. I mean, come on. I mean, who do who? I mean, I could just go down the laundry list, but it's gonna be one heck of a season. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's just been a whole bunch of question marks in the off season. You know what I'm saying? Kadarius Toney now playing a lick of preseason. Kenny Galladay injuring himself. You know what I'm saying? A few players retiring during training camp. Like, it's just like you don't get that from the New York Giants. You know what I'm saying? When Tom Coughlin was there, you never got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were quiet. They were under the radar type of teams, and it showed, you know? Oh, the Giants, or nobody's picking the Giants. Okay, wow. Everybody's making big splashes. The Washington Redskins at the time, they was called the Eagles, the Cowboys. Everybody was making moves, but the Giants was always the quiet ones. And you know, you know when the quiet ones they just, come out of nowhere and do the impossible, you know what I'm saying? But, it looks like, it's been reversed. It's been flipped. Now it's the Giants making all the headlines for the wrong reasons, you know what I'm saying? Um, but, I mean, the Giants are not going to win this division. They're not going to make the playoffs. But they will go 8-9, and they can build off of that and heading into next year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do have them making the playoffs. I don't. I know with this team, and the Giants are just too predictable. They really are. They're that one team where everybody can just key in on them and just, you know, do what they have to do because the Giants are just that typical, you know? Um, like, it is what it is. It's crazy. It's crazy how I know the Giants in the back of my hand like a book. I've been a Giants fan since '04. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a crazy wild season. You know what I'm saying? The first 9 games, we'll see where this team is at. Prior to Thanksgiving, we'll see where this team is at. If they're somewhere around 4-5 or 5-4 or 6-5, whatever have you, then you know what I'm saying. That's pretty good. But if they start off the gate real slow like they always do, you know what I'm saying, they never want to win the like. That's the thing about the Giants. The Giants know that they have to win week 1, but they never do. The last 2 years, they lost against the Jaguars. They lost against the, no, it was the Jaguars, and then it was the Steelers. And then the year before that, it was the Cowboys. So history has shown you that the Giants don't necessarily win their week 1 games. It's usually they always want to start slow and then finish it off in the midseason. Or finish strong in the last couple of games. But that's just not how the Giants operate. The Giants never operated like that. Like the Giants don't want to get off to a fast start. And you always want to get off to a fast start because if you start 0-2, the birds are going to start chirping, headlines is going to start wailing. Because can you imagine if the Jets have a better, not even a better record, but just if the Jets start off fast, like start off on a good note. Let's say like the Jets win their first two games, or they like 4-1, or they like 4-3, and the Giants are like 0-1, or 2-1, or 1-2, I should say, or 2-2. So, I mean, the Giants just got to get off to a strong start. They got to win week game. They got to win week one. That's, obviously the most high. They're at home, so the pressure is not going to be on them. Even though they play well on the road, they don't necessarily play well at home sometimes. And they're facing a very great Broncos defense. You know what I'm saying? But again, if Saquon Barkley isn't available, Daniel Jones is going to self-destruct, because statistics shows that when Saquon Barkley is in the lineup, his interceptions dip, his touchdown rises, his yards per game rises, his quarterback, his QBR rises. You know what I'm saying? Like everything rises. But when when Saquon Barkley is out on the lineup, everything just diminishes. His interceptions goes up. His yards goes down. Like every statistical category you can think of goes down. So Daniel Jones is that type of quarterback that you need to surround pieces with. It's not like he's a Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson where he could just, or Russell Wilson where he could just put a team on his back and carry it for you. That's not him. He's not that type of quarterback. He's a quarterback that needs players around him, And I've been trying to tell people, like, as great as Brandon Jacobs and Amar Bradshaw did Eli Manning really, really needed those two? Not really. When Amar Bradshaw went to the Colts and Brandon Jacobs went to the 49ers, he had a young David Wilson. No. Brandon Jacobs. When Brandon Jacobs went to the 49ers, because Brandon Jacobs was the first to go. When Brandon Jacobs left, it was just Amar Bradshaw, and obviously they drafted David Wilson out of Virginia Tech. So it was just those two around 2012. 2013, I should say. So he didn't miss a beat, you know what I'm saying? But Daniel Jones is that type of quarterback that you need to surround pieces around him in order to be successful. And if Saquon Barkley is not there, he's going to self-destruct. Cross fingers and hope Saquon Barkley is a full participant and he can play. But if not, you're going to be seeing a lot of sacks, a lot of interceptions. It's not going to look good. It's not going to look good at all. So like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.